Morning, everybody. 2 more days here. Probably don't want to hear my heater run the whole time. I'm just sitting here letting my windows defrost. Hard frost this morning, so should be a good morning to get it out and look for deer, I think. Today's gonna be like nice out, as in like nice day to be outside, not necessarily a day to deer hunt, but I think the high is 50 today. I'm probably just gonna focus in on that area that I sat last night, move around in there a little bit, do a little scouting middle of the day. I'm pretty sure those deer were just kind of circling around me, and I knew better than to frickin' sit there, but make mistakes sometimes. So all right, let's get on the road and see what we can see. A cornfield that's still in over here. Not a field, it's like an acre of corn that's still in. Looks like there's a doe out on it. But a few days ago this is where we saw that decent buck. Okay, so there's a whole bunch of green fields over this way. I'm in a new area, I've never really been to it. That cornfield that we looked at earlier this morning, it's kind of that way, and it's a long walk, I think, but it's through a couple fields, so it shouldn't be too bad. I'm gonna just go back there, and there's like a little corner in that green field that looks like it could be really good, because there's a pond that comes back along the corner that makes the deer want to like pinch down to that corner to come out to that field. So I'm going to go take a look at it. I think it's worth a walk this morning, get some exercise in anyway. Okay. Here we go. So there's a creek that runs along the edge of this field, and it's bigger than it looks like on the map. I'm gonna go back to the truck and put my hip waders on, so I can go across it. Didn't bring a jacket or anything this morning. It's freaking cold. I thought it was gonna be warmer than this. Walking back to the truck, kind of went back a different way, and there's a giant truck right there, so it's a good sign. Now we're in business. Whoa! It may be deeper than my dang hip waders right here. I don't really want to go up to my waist, that's for sure. All right, let's find a different way around this sucker. All right, made it around there. Yeah, that creek right there keep people out of here, that's for sure. I don't know if you can see this or not, but there's a row of beans down through here. There's tracks everywhere in them. So, I mean, this row of beans goes forever. This may be a spot I need to sit at tonight, see what's coming into this field. It's a pretty secluded field. I mean, you saw the creek I had to cross to get in here. You can come from the other road, but it's a long, long walk. And you gotta go through a bunch of crap to get there too. So I made it to the corner of this field, and there's like a little, I don't know, what do you say, a finger that this bean field makes. And it looks like a lot of the deer are coming out in this little hidden finger. I mean, you can't see it, it's down low, just a little narrow finger. And you can see a really good trail going back there, and a gigantic rub on that tree right there. I don't really want to walk back there because I don't want to get a scent anywhere, but I just kind of got to look and see what a good tree would be now. We're gonna have a south wind tonight, which is gonna be blowing like back that way, which is perfect. The only bad part about this particular setup is the only way to get back to the truck is back through the field, really. I may be able to circle around and go back this way and avoid some of the deer, but we'll just see what we see. If there's a gigantic deer out in the field, then I won't go through the field. And if there is just a bunch of does and small bucks, I'll just bust out of here. Only got tonight and tomorrow anyway, so I gotta pick a tree out though. That'll be good to shoot out here. All the trees are leaning towards the field because that's where the sunshine is. If you look at the trees, they're all like this. So it's actually kind of challenging to find a good tree to set in. I'll be honest, like this particular scenario, I wish I had my saddle with me. Because with the saddle, you can actually sit on, this side of the tree, and it's pretty comfortable. Whereas a stand, it's pretty hard to get everything square up there. But I'm gonna keep looking. Man, I like this tree right here, but I don't know if I can get up in it or not. I may have to end up getting in this one right here and just setting up right up there. I think there's enough cover that it won't be a big deal. And then I should have a shot down to that main trail that's coming out right there. So I think that's what I'll do. I'll just get up there probably 12 feet in that cover. Ideally, I'd like to get, in one of these, but they're just too severely leaning. This one isn't as bad. Cool. I'm gonna mark this on my map, and I'm gonna walk the edges of the field just to see what's going on. It's a pretty big track here. So I'm contemplating if I want to just tonight go back in a little bit farther, because I kind of was looking in the woods. It's really open, probably 100 yards into the woods there. And if I could get in a tree back in there and still be able to glass out in here, I think that'd be a better way of hunting this. I'm gonna sneak around the back of the trail. So I'm not putting a bunch of scent on the trail and just see what it looks like back in there. I think I'm gonna get in that tree right there. There's a good trail that's going on top right up there. There's also another trail down here. And then I can still glass the field that's right there. I think I should be able to see pretty good. I think I got a better chance in here not getting picked off and the deer being able to get around me and not spooking out in that field or something crazy. Then I can get down and get out of here without messing them up too if I want to hunt tomorrow. And I think I can see like a good majority of the field, which will help also make a good decision for tomorrow night if something comes out and walks across that field tonight. But I can just see a buck coming in here and mingling around before going out to the field right at dark. Lots of tracks on this field. This area right here had scrapes everywhere, all down these little overhanging trees, but all of them had scrapes on it, and their deer still come in here and stomping around in them. Here's another one. I'm just going to walk this field edge and just make sure there's not like a trail that looks like a buck has been going in and out of it a whole bunch. I just was walking back to the truck and I noticed another field. And I kind of poked my head into the field and there's sorghum planted and then a row of beans on outside of sorghum. And those beans, are covered in tracks, like the most tracks I've ever seen. There's a couple of really good trails coming from that general direction. Down here in this bean field, there's a low area where you cannot see it from the road, and all the tracks are concentrated right in here, it seems like. Tonight I'm thinking maybe I could sit in this tree right over here on the other side of that pine and be real good and hidden and have a close shot right here. I'm gonna think about it. So walking out here, I got tonight and tomorrow night to hunt, and then I got to go home tomorrow night after my last hunt. I think I'm just going to be aggressive. I'm going to hunt that front field, not the field, but the front area where that CRP and the beans are with the sorghum. And I bet those deer, if I had to guess, the big bucks are probably in the woods bedding, because that woods back there is nasty, thick tangle. And I think if I hunt that transition of the CRP in the woods, I'll have a better chance of seeing a big buck. And then if that doesn't pan out tonight, tomorrow night I'm gonna go back into that point that we just scouted and hunt that. It's a big old scrape. Good tracks in it too. I'm excited for tonight, man. It's gonna be a good night. Old shed. It's not from this year, but it's a shed. So, went to the hotel, got some lunch, back at the spot I'm gonna hunt at tonight. And I parked actually on the other side of the block because it's a little easier walk. I don't have to cross that big creek. I realized after I got looking on a map, we could get to there from the different roads. So it's actually not that bad of a walk from here. What's beautiful about this spot too is I should be able to sneak out of here without going into the field where the deer will be. So if something does get by me and I see something big go to those beans and that sorghum, I'll be able to sneak out of here without them seeing me. So that's a huge plus. All right, let's get our stuff together and get in there. All right, it's go time. That's one thing I love about the way I hunt is every sit, I just feel like it's the sit that's gonna happen, you know? And if I'm not that comfortable, I just keep scouting until I get that comfortable with the area that I'm sitting. Tonight's the night though. I said that last night, but tonight is the night. And if it's not tonight, it'll be tomorrow night. Then I gotta go home. Lots of tracks in that scrape. There's a bunch of rubs on this little knoll too, right here. You can see that one right over there. So those rubs, they don't mean a lot this time of year, but what they do tell you is like there's a big buck that's in this area, or at least he was. He could be hanging on a wall right now or in a guy's freezer, but lots of squirrels in here. All right, I'm gonna sneak up here and get in a tree. I think I'm just gonna sit right here on top of this knoll. There's a whole bunch of trails that come through here and go out into that little CRP field that's buttoned up to the beans and the sorghum. Just trying to be super quiet. So I picked out this tree right here. Has a lot of good cover up there. But I'll be able to shoot this opening through here that has a trail going through it. And then that scrape is right back in there. And then there's another trail that goes down through here in this bottom that goes out into the CRP field. So I should have good shots to either side of me with this south wind blowing in my face. So if they do smell me, it should be after they're behind me, and hopefully they just bug out of here and not make too much commotion. I'm hoping once I get in this tree, I'll be able to glass the
bean field that's out here, but that's probably going to be iffy. Let's get up there and see what it looks like up there. All ready to go. I'll show you around a little bit here. So, I kind of suspect this woods is just like a thick, nasty mess. And I suspect the deer bedding in that general direction somewhere. There's all kinds of good trails coming down through here, and all kinds of them going up through here. And this little opening, it's really the only opening in the woods. And then right back in here, quite a ways, is the beans in the sorghum field. I'm actually kind of on an inside corner of another bean field that's over here that has beans in it. It makes like a square right here, and those deer have to come right around here to go around that bean field if they want to go out to the beans that are standing over here. So when your beard gets long, you just find all kinds of stuff in it. I like to put my milkweed in it and pick it out and use it like that. There we go. And I am tied in. A lot of people, when they watch my videos, think I don't wear a harness, and I do actually. I have it's a rock climbing style harness made by Tactus Saddle, but. All right. I keep hearing something moving back in there. Let's be quiet. My wind's just blowing back towards the fields. So that's good. That's the hardest part about late season. Even though I'm up in a good tree, they just can see you. And they're so in tune. You gotta think you're hunting deer that are another year experience right now. They've been chased around for a whole nother year of hunting. Whereas in early season, they got a lot of learning left to do, if you know what I mean. So really, if you shoot a 5-year-old in late season, he really has the experience of a 6-year-old. He's not really 5 anymore. Well, I got a few more minutes of light left, but that'll probably do her. Morning, everybody. Final day. Got up early this morning, and I'm out here in this CRP field that has some green fields that butt up to it, and I'm just going to make my way through the CRP field this morning real slow and trying to maybe glass or see if I can find a place to set up on the ground. Maybe do a stalk if I see one bed down or something real fun like. Yeah, last college effort here in Illinois. So we're supposed to have like a south wind, and it's just coming out of the east right now, like dead east. So I'm backing out of this area. I'm gonna drive around the block and come in from the other road. I'm not gonna be able to get close to anything with this wind, so it is what it is. Kind of kills my morning for a little bit here. Probably take me 30 minutes to get back around. Oh well, it's the right call, I think, to get a chance at one this morning. Spare you some of the details that went on this morning. I was going to go and stalk around in some of the CRP. Had an area picked out that looks really good, and started stalking through there before daylight, and the wind was just horrible. I mean, it was supposed to be kind of blowing out of the south, and it was more out of the east, which is not what I needed for this particular area. So I decided just to back out of there, and I've just been driving around again this morning, looking around at spots. I'm going to go back to this area that I'm talking about tonight and sit in there. I think just so much sign in there, and I think it's a spot where I can see a big buck living. So yeah, I'm also today going to go and find my son and wife a gift for me being gone for a week. Ended up changing clothes because it's 60 degrees out right now is what my truck read. So never would have thought when you told me I was coming to Illinois in January that I'd have to hunt in 60-degree weather. Beautiful day. Not greatest for deer hunting late season, but we'll kill one anyway. How about that? All right, let's go hunting. You know what that means? I'm making my way through this nasty, thick stuff. And right down there is that drainage that runs in the middle of the CRP field. So I'm just gonna keep following it until I feel like I'm seeing more buck sign. There's a big rub back there. Not fresh, obviously, but big buck was in here. It's so hot out, I'm sweating, but I don't think the bucks are gonna move very far in daylight tonight at all. So I'm gonna keep just going back here as far as I think I can and then get set up. I popped down in this drainage just to see what the tracks were like. because if I was a big buck, I'd probably walk this drainage to get somewhere. There's a lot of tracks in here, so they're definitely using this drainage more than up there. There's a lot of tracks up there as well, but the wind's being kind of funny down in this drainage. I think I'm going to just get back up on top and then keep going down the drainage farther. I just jumped a deer in that in those pines right there. Maybe it was the does. I ended up backing off that tree, and I'm going to set up in this one right here in the middle. It might have been a mistake, but dang it. This looks like an area they're just crossing like crazy, though. We'll see what happens. I think it's starting to get late. There's obviously been a big buck in this area. That means he might be 10 miles from here now, but I'm gonna set up right here somewhere and call it a night. This little drainage has to be pretty good. I gotta find a tree to set in. Set up. I'm actually in this little, I don't know what kind of tree these are, but they're kind of dead. But I'm pretty decent cover. And my hopes, ideally, is a big buck would walk out behind that pine tree right there and then walk right here. I'd have a 15-yard shot, but there's also good trails coming out through here, and I'd have a shot back in here. There's a good trail coming down from the CRP down through here as well. I could shoot one right there. But I don't know. It's a good spot. Has been a big buck in here sometime this season. We'll see if he's in here again now.
Heading back to the east to Indiana tonight. Get home, I don't know, 11:30 or so tonight. Man, this Illinois trip was a complete success in my book. Although I didn't, kill a deer by any means, man, I learned a lot. I haven't hunted late season like very much. We only get one buck tag in Indiana, so if you shoot your buck, you don't really get an opportunity to hunt bucks during late season. So if I'm being honest, like late season is something that is new to me. One thing I took away from it is, man, it is hard to get past all the kind of peripheral deer during late season. I gotta figure out a better way of going about that. And it's also nice in late season because you seem to see a lot of deer, especially if you get in good little pockets and areas. And we definitely did that this week in Illinois. Big congrats to Sawyer on his really nice buck he killed earlier in the trip. That was freaking awesome. I'm glad I was a part of that. Couldn't have happened to a better kid, to be honest with you. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you haven't already, go over and subscribe to Before the Echo. That really would help me out. And we'll see you guys on the next video.